Survival games are one of the most popular genres for people to play that you can really get addicted to and invest a ton of time into. Today, I want to share with you 10 survival games that either have recently gotten an update or a patch, or that are brand new to the scene. All of these games are extremely enjoyable in their own different way, so you could choose the one that's best for you. First on today's list is Escape from Tarkov. I absolutely love this game. I think that the graphics are incredibly good, and I do love these post-apocalyptic style, just deserted Earth looking games. It has graphics that are very much fitting to my fancy, plus I do like things that are brought to us from a modern world utilizing modern weapons. It makes me just kind of feel like I'm more inside of the action. Not to say I don't like fantasy games, but this is definitely something I would enjoy. The latest update brings you a bunch of new features that if you haven't been playing the game before, you're gonna have a little bit of refreshment to it. If you've never played it before, well, this is a game that takes a lot of learning. It's not one that you can just dive right into on day one and dominate. It's gonna take a lot of experience, education, and enjoyment along the way. So if you're looking for that survival modern day style post-apocalyptic world game, this is the one for you. Or at least it's one of your options. Next we have Nightingale, and in my opinion, this is one of the top survival crafting style games that you can play. And this game kind of incorporates magic along with history and some really supernatural style gameplay and elements that you kind of find and engage with inside of the game. Some really amazing looking graphics as well. And as I mentioned in the last one, how I like modern day type battles, this is actually the opposite. But even with it being the opposite, it is very enticing. You're in a different space, in a different realm with some really strange looking characters that are going to be part of your journey and part of your adventure. This game is going to be one of the top games, and it's one that would be a very smart investment if you're someone who's into these types of survival games. Craft, survive, customize, and really enjoy your stay. Valheim has also released a new update, and Valheim is one of the smallest yet best crafting survival style games out right now. This game gets not enough love in my opinion. It's an absolutely incredible survival style game that you are going to basically own your server, build what you want, explore what you want, and bring who you want to bring along with you on the journey. The gameplay here is incredible, the graphics are stunning, and as we mentioned, updates continuously come from the development team. Now the updates maybe aren't as quick as you all want them to be, but maybe they are. This game, if you like crafting and you like surviving, is another one of the best from today's list. I absolutely love this one. Next we have Sons of the Forest, and this is a sequel to the 2014 survival horror game The Forest. So similar style game that you would anticipate from this right here, but revitalized, rejuvenated, and a better game than what we would expect from something coming out of 2014. Another game that offers the crafting element to it, of course, and when you're looking at all of the graphics here, it is a very nice looking game. Survival style games are very much similar in ways, but they all also bring their own element of difference. There's a reason why you choose one over the other. This one looks very nice, and if you were a fan of The Forest back in the day, this is one that you'll probably want to check out right away. Welcome to Retreat to Enon, another game where you are trying to survive in this luscious, or should I say, frozen world. Another system where you're going to be doing some crafting with a little bit more of a futuristic style, as you can tell from the gameplay right here. It's very different from the other ones that we've initially seen on today's list. If you can craft, if you can survive, well, then you will be enjoying your stay inside of this game. You're gonna have to build, you're gonna have to hunt, and you're gonna have to cook your way into living in this dangerous world with some really nice futuristic style developments that you can use inside the game as well. Definitely a little bit different. It had its own take on the genre. Guys, let me know what games you're playing right now, whether it's on your phone, your PC, console. Let me know what you're absolutely addicted to in the comment section below. Welcome to Farm Zone, and yeah, we needed a more casual game on the list here today. And this is just that. It's one of those survival style games that is farm based. I like the atmosphere here. I think it's a really beautiful game, and I think that it's something that could be a little bit of a slower style game for those of you that are not looking for something where you're gonna have to be running, hiding, killing, slaughtering, and surviving. It's a different type of survival game that's gonna focus more on the casual life. Inside of Among the Trolls, you're gonna have to survive the Nordic forests and deal with supernatural elements as you play through this game. A really nice looking game again, but that seems to be fairly standard across everything on the list so far here today. But another option of gameplay. I absolutely love the building looks right here, and the creating scenes are similar to many others that we've seen in other games prior. You can really build some beautiful structures that really are going to fit your fancy and allow you to survive in a more comfortable way. Next we have Pal World, and this game definitely looks like a Pokemon style game that is different than anything else we've seen on the list here today. The game is colorful, the game is bright, the game is mysterious, as well as kind of futuristic style, fantasy style game. One of my favorite things here is that it does look or feel like a Pokemon style game, which is going to draw a lot of attention because, well, obviously there is a massive following for Pokemon. But with that being said, the gameplay is very different. Again, this is a survival style game, and in a moment we're going to see some gameplay that'll show us exactly what it does look like. Now I need you to tell me, would you be into a game that has a Pokemon vibe and feel, or would you want to try and stay away from this and actually go play a Pokemon game instead? Definitely a fun game that has that Fortnite over-the-shoulder third-person look, and against these Pokemon style looking characters. Definitely fun, definitely different, and definitely the most colorful option. So if you're vibing with this art style, it may be something that you want to keep along with you. Now, keep in mind, you are fighting with your pal. That's the whole idea here of this game. Next we have Rooted, which is now being played in 60 FPS. This is a horror style survival game that may take you to the edge of your sanity. A really fun looking game here. I like the open world, but it definitely does have a much darker side to anything that we've seen so far on today's list. As you can see here, it definitely gives off that horror style vibe. I'm anticipating at any moment something jumping out at me and getting those jump scares. So if you're into that style game and you want something a little bit more scary and horror themed, Rooted is an option for you. Madison, a spiritual murderer from the past that still stays around to haunt you today. Another game that is survival, yet focuses quite a bit more on the horror element of the game. I personally stay away from the horror style games. It's just not a genre that I typically enjoy as much as some of the other survival games, but this one here does horror very well. As you can tell, it's going to be gory, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be dark, and there are going to be jump scares that really mess you up, especially if you decide to play at night. But if you want to be scared and you want to survive, Madison is a game that you really have to try. Guys, if you found the video enjoyable or had any value to you, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on tomorrow's video.